up, guys? This is SabreWolf from GuildWars2Live.com. We are back for our second episode of the Guild Wars 2 Live podcast. And we're going to go around the horn here and just meet all the lovely chaps. We have all chaps today, no women, unfortunately. So first off, of course, is our producer, Punchki. What up, buddy?
I'm the producer.
Well, you're the one that makes all the graphics and everything. You're the producer.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're doing episode 2. I think it's been like a week and a half. No, 2 weeks since the stress test. We're not going to talk too much about that. We're going to do mostly about PvP today, so hope you enjoy the show. Alright, also we have back with us Psycho. What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Psycho. You guys know I'm the crazy guy.
And now with moving lips, SameGuy. What's up?
How's it going, guys? It's really good to be back.
And unfortunately, Kay cannot be with us today, but in her place we have Geekasaurus. What's up?
Hey guys, how you doing?
Where are you from exactly?
Rochester, New York.
Well, I mean, you're also with Gwen, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm on Gwen. I'm the new DJ on Gwen.
He's also a new streamer for us.
He's also a streamer.
Streamer, yep. Get my face out there.
Alright, Punch, so what's our first topic of the day?
Alright, so first thing we need to talk about is which of you guys played the stress test and what did you do?
PvP. Lots of PvP.
I couldn't play. Goddamn.
Well,
yeah,
PvP when it wasn't broken.
It was weird. They made it on a Monday, and I was a little disappointed because I had school, I had classes, and then I came back around 4-ish. But I enjoyed it. I did play mostly my Norn until Hullbreak broke, and I was like, well, I guess I'll make a new character now.
There was a lot of things broken this time around.
Absolutely.
Well, what was broken exactly, guys?
I kept having severe server-side lag. I would go to click on something and my buttons were okay, and then all of a sudden nothing happened, and I would try to open my bags and nothing would happen, and they would all just bunch up at once 10 minutes later.
What I think is that, I don't know if this is true, I think they just allowed more people in the actual servers before they started putting them in the overflow.
Alright, daggers for now, it is.
And I think that's why we were getting so much lag, because I think there was a tweet that they were buying more server stuff, spending a lot more money on it. So hopefully it'll be better next beta weekend.
That's what the stress test was for.
Right.
We stressed it proper.
Some areas were pretty broken. Like, anyone who tried to go to Hullbreak, they would freeze up at like 93% or something like that.
Yes.
And
yeah, that happened with the PvP areas too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a bunch of characters were stuck, so I had to make a new one. It was fun. Still, anything's worth like 7 hours of Guild Wars 2, right? I mean,
Got my little bit of a fix.
everyone. Next thing.
I'm still suffering. I'm still suffering from lack of Guild Wars, unfortunately. I have not had my fix for a while.
The main thing on our agenda today is Guild Wars 2 as an esport. Mr. Geekasaurus, you thought you had some thoughts on this?
Yeah, I do a lot of StarCraft 2 right now, and that's kind of like the penultimate esport, and I can sort of see that they're going to head that way with this, but I don't know if they have a spectator mode built into this game yet. So until there's some way to like really watch objectively, it's going to be kind of difficult. You'll be able to watch people streaming and other stuff you can see like on YouTube, people upload, but
Like us.
yeah, exactly. But as far as like a pure spectator mode, I don't know if that's built in yet or if it's coming anytime soon. That would be, I'm sure they will because Guild Wars 1 has that, you know. Right.
Well, the first taste of esport-esque Guild Wars 2 PvP that we got was at Gamescom, I believe, or PAX, where they really just had the individual screens of people that were playing. Yeah, it was nice to watch, but it only gave like a small view of what was going on the whole map. I think if they do end up making a spectator mode, it's gonna have to be like an overhead spectator mode.
That would be awesome.
Well, they should do it kind of like League of Legends did. They have that 1 minute, 2 minute delay, but you also have free range cam, right? So you can go wherever you want. and you can do this, look at this, zoom out, blah, blah, blah. That's what they should do, so that you can zoom out far enough where you can see all the combat going on at once, and then zoom into what you want to see.
But can you?
Right.
That's the question. I mean, the maps.
They should, though.
Maps are so massively large that it's kind of hard to imagine that once you zoom all the way out, can you really see the combat going on?
Well, do you remember the game Black and White too?
Oh yeah.
The exact same type of camera. You could zoom out so that you could see the whole map, and then boom, there you go. You can see what's going on. So if you want to watch some 3v3 combat, then you just there we go.
Right.
Maybe they can have
also,
an. Go ahead.
in Guild Wars 1, they also had spectator mode, which was very, very good, I thought, because you could have... There was, like, camera regions that you could click on, which gave you, like, an overhead view of, like, mountains or a little valley where they were fighting, but you could also follow individual players.
Oh yeah, the fixed camera areas. Those were
That would
nice.
be cool. That'd be cool to have an overhead view, like you guys were saying, and then like you'd be able to have a choice. You had like a character list on the left side of the screen of all the people who were playing, and you could click on them, and it would go zoom right to them.
Yeah, that'd be hot.
Yep. The other problem is, though, that the clock tower, is it clock tower that's in the center of Battle of Kylo? Or is it the man? No, it's the clock tower, right. That's inside.
Churchy.
So, I feel like anything that they try to spectate inside of there is going to be extremely, like, compact, and everything's going to seem, like, close together, and, either
That's why you
they're
gotta
going
put
to
the
have to,
cameras
like,
on the walls, kind of like on an angle,
they're
and you can just...
either going to have to open up the roof so you can look from overhead, or, I don't know, make it bigger somehow.
Well, there could be like an unlockable camera because the trebuchet does break off the entire roof.
Right.
So that can unlock a camera for spectators if you want to do that.
You just have
Hey guys, you can watch us guys.
That'd
Without
be
the
cool
view
if
of the
you
ball
could-
going through the air. You know?
If you could attach the camera to the fireball so you could just see where it's landing. Alright, so that was kind of like an intro. Let's talk about maps. I know that during the beta weekend we had Battle of Kylo, and the other one is called Forest of
Forest.
Niflhel, I believe.
Yep.
What do you guys think of those maps as PvP?
They're
as well?
fun. They're really fun. They're small, they're not too big, they're kind of just right, except the annoyance of, hey, you can't see your target. Well, it's point blank in front of me, I can't see him, and it's like, oh, great, server lag, and he's already around the corner or something. And it's like, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but you have to put up with things like that in PvP because it's on the internet, so you're gonna have to put up with something like that anyway. I'm sure they'll try to optimize it as much as possible.
One of the buggier skills I was using was scorpion wire with the thief. You could pull people through walls.
Oh wow. Never tried that.
Whoa.
You could pull them through the wall because there was a guy in the clock tower who knocked me off the little capture area. I pulled him through the floor and I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Killed you.
You're just tab spamming. You're like,
Pretty much. Panic button, man. Holy crap.
Now one thing that I know in Forest of Niflhel, there's like the Svanir that you can kill, which is kind of like a side objective that can give you extra points. I feel like if you want to make an esport, you really have to have a lot of things that you can do on a map. It can't just be fighting. There has to be stuff that you can do on the side. Like League of Legends, there is Baron and the Dragon buff, right? I don't remember if the Svanir adds a buff or he just removes points from the
Yes.
enemy team, but killing
Adds
him...
buff.
Right, it adds a buff. Killing him is good for the team. Like,
It's good for
essentially
mankind.
it's something that will be fought over. Like, it's going to be an objective other than the 3 objectives that you're supposed to capture. Right, and then I think in Battle of Kylo they... Wait, do they have trebuchets in Forest of Niflhel?
No, the Force of Nifal just had the two, the Svanir and the Chieftain, and then
Right.
Battle of Kylo had the Trebuchet, and they could bomb pretty much all over the map. But that's also a good point to bring up. There should be other stuff to do on the side, like the buffs or the trebuchets, or even something else where you could have like a flag and you pick it up and you give your team a buff while you have it, and you could plant
Do you
it.
think that they should add something to the Battle of Kylo?
Yeah, because the trebuchets are nice and all, but it's pretty straightforward with what you have to do, and it kind of gets boring after a while.
Right. Like, I know during one of my PvP matches, I was on the trebuchet, and it was there for like a good 10 minutes, and I was like, well, it's kind of boring. I mean, I'm just shooting. Unless someone came at me, then I was like, Guardian Hammer for... Bam.
Come at me, bro.
Every time I went to go to use the trebuchet, it was just like, hey, I'm broken. I'm like, oh, sweet. So much for testing that out for the beta.
Yeah, that's one thing, is that you really have to figure a lot of the stuff out by yourself in terms of like how to maybe repair a trebuchet or something.
There should be tutorials if it's
Jump on it like Mario is what I heard. Somebody told me that in the chat. They were just like, dude, jump on it. I'm like, alright.
So you're saying like in Guild Wars 1 how they had the battle isles, there should be something like that? Or a little like that? You know, how it would put you in like a PvP match but with henchmen? You know what I mean?
That would be awesome. But I think that was the whole point of Guild Wars 2, was to get rid of henchmen.
Yeah, henchmen need to be... Bye-bye. Go away.
No, I'm just saying as like a AI bot. PvP.
Oh, you're
like
saying against them.
You know, it'd be
Right,
awesome if they actually made a map like League of Legends. Like you had to farm creeps to get items that you set up before the match. You could buy them. It's like you just start with standard cloth gear and stuff. It's like you just go back to the shop and you buy like a sword or something. You finally can do some damage. Or if you buy some daggers, and you know, that'd be pretty cool if they got that working.
Yeah, but one problem with League of Legends, it takes too much to build yourself up in the game unless you have an aggressive early game setting. Some people just don't like that, slogging your way for 20 minutes doing basically nothing except attacking little creeps. You want to do that, go play PvE, you know? I mean, if you want to play PvP, play PvP, you know?
That's what I hate about League. That's why I'm so aggressive. And it's, I can't sitting there for 20 minutes going like, oh, that's a creep. It's a creep. Another creep. Oh, cool, another creep. Oh, cannon minion. All right.
Bonus 10 gold, yay.
I suppose I'm just patient.
Well, it's not about patience. It's about like if you're farming creeps, I mean, just farm PvE. You know, if you want to just kill a bunch of creeps.
There's still
if you're
people
playing
there.
PvP, you're playing PvP.
Farming those creeps. I don't know. It's just kind of the thing I like.
You know what? One thing I wish they would add. They've got the world versus world perfect, but I wish they would add like for little areas of each region that you go through. Like I don't know, 3 main sections of Criteria, whatever, is PvP lakes. So that
for
PvP lakes
underwater.
In Warhammer, example is there was a place dedicated to PvP, right? So that you could walk in there, kind of like Dayok had it too, where you could just walk in there and you're fighting everybody, and it's all like, hey, cool, I can kill you now. Cool, it's a free range PvP. Everybody's free for all.
Well, I think they're copying the Dark Age of Camelot model by having, you know, server versus server, and sort of keeping everyone safe. Like if you just want to be a PvE person, you're going to sit there and be able to farm, do whatever you want to do in PvE, and you're totally left alone from the PvP. And then when you're ready to PvP, you go into the battlegrounds or something like that.
Right. The battlegrounds, the nice thing about the battlegrounds is they're easily accessible. You can just press your hero your hero window and just enter the mists, which is, I think, what makes the PvP in Guild Wars 2, or is going to make it very popular. You can access it from wherever you want and whenever you want. You don't have to be a certain level. You don't have to be good at it. You can just go into it and have fun.
Absolutely, and with the point system being like 3 million points to get your server to win the 2-week span there, it's going to be a lot of incentive to jump in. So you know your server is only 1,000 or 2,000 points away. I think I'll go PvP for a while and see if I can help us get a few more points.
Mm-hmm.
Now, just a follow up, would you guys want open world kind of PvP, like being able to kill each other like in the regular PvE world?
Yep.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that.
You would love that.
I'm against it.
I'm against. See, I'm against. I don't like that.
You're no fun. You're go.
Yeah, I'm against.
I am.
It goes against the story behind Guild Wars 2. I mean, it's supposed to be about the 5 races coming together to fight the Elder Dragon. So it just wouldn't make sense for
Walk in there, change into a
But
Svanner.
but not everybody for 5 races are all happy with each other and at peace with each other.
Right,
I
I
mean, you're
understand.
still gonna have people renegading around trying to kill people. So
Because I'm straight
would you
sure
want that in
sorry.
the game, though? I mean, that's my question.
Because, I mean, Asari fighting the Norn, that would be amazing, because they're just pissed off, because, they got high engineering skills, and, like, the Norn are just huge. There's got to be some kind of conflict going on between those two.
Or the
There's just got to be.
And the humans and the Char.
Yeah.
They're not going to be best pals no matter what.
That's what weirded me out. When I first started playing Guild Wars, like, I got to level 10 and I was farming Char, and suddenly it's like a Char sexable race for Guild Wars 2, and I'm like, wait, back when I was playing...
Alright,
Back in the old days.
there's a question from one of our viewers, Arshinark.
Yeah, make sure
What
you
is it?
post your question, guys. We'll try to answer as best we can.
Yeah, what is your guys' opinion on the dual function? Do you
Dual
want to be able
function.
to
Dual function.
It's a
work?
good way
Oh.
to practice against another class. Like, if you were to find somebody who's really good at being a mesmer, you can just go like, I want to duel you and I want to figure out everything you're doing so I can counter it. That's why I like dueling. It's not so you can just be like, oh, I whooped your ass or something like that. It's so you can learn and get better.
That's one thing about Guild Wars, where you had the ability to just you and somebody else to jump into like a guild battle and be one-on-one that way.
Right,
I don't think we really
right.
have that in Guild Wars 2, actually.
No. The closest thing is trying to find an empty server and hoping that no one joins it on like Battle.
Anybody home? Okay, good. Let's go in.
Well, see, now if you're a Norn race, you should be able to have the dual option. I mean, they fight each other all the time.
Right.
True.
Right. Well, that's where the bar brawls come in and all that.
That would be awesome.
A
That would be a
ball.
minigame. Minigame.
It is a minigame.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
I've been paying attention.
Yeah, it is a minigame.
Oh man, I need to start
Instead
reading
of
this
having
stuff.
them in like the open world, like just standing around in Divinity's Reach and dueling, I think it'd be pretty cool. Like you could have
On
people
God.
watching, like bets and all that.
That's what we used to do when we were playing World of Warcraft, we used to just hang out up front and we used to make bets and stuff, and we had this dedicated gold holder that we would just give them all the gold and the winner would just take all. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. That would be cool if they made like a gladiator arena, like as a separate zone that you can join. Just gladiator arena just randomly puts you in a 1v1.
Kind of like in the original Guild Wars, where they had gladiator arenas kind of like dotted around on the map. Like one was in like Lion's Arch. There was another one. Was there one in Yak's Bend?
Yeah. There was
Yeah,
one in Yaxburg.
like something like
Yeah.
that, or
Those were like
then
4v4
Xingzhe.
though, weren't they?
yeah, Xingzhe, yeah.
Those were 4v4, weren't they?
Yeah,
think they-
but those are, I mean, like gladiator arena did you just go to, like randomly,
Right.
like throughout.
Alright, so I think all of you guys got the image that I sent you, but we have had 2 pictures of 2 new maps.
I'm having a hard time trying to show them, by the way.
There was, I don't know if it's a leak or official release or something, but we have had 2 maps shown to us. I will put them in the chat right now if you guys want to check it out.
There we go.
One
I got it
of them-
working. Or sorta. Hold on.
There's one.
There we go.
and here's
No.
the other.
Cool. I'm part of a map. I know
What
I'm
is
big,
this?
but I'm not that big. Oh, damn.
Here's the
This
other
looks...
There's the other one.
So these are the 2 new PvP maps that have been shown to us. One looks like a city with a huge pirate ship in the center, and the other one kind of reminds me of Forest of Niflhel, but if you guys look at it, it has the oh, something's wrong with the stream.
I switched screens, that's why.
Okay.
I haven't done this with pictures before, sorry.
It has the it has like little castles on 2 corners. So from what I've heard is that they're possibly bringing back a version of GVG in which you'll have like a keep lord or some kind of guild lord, and there'll be like archers and soldiers around it. You just slowly have to bite through the enemy's defenses, and whoever kills the guild lord first wins. I guess it's kind of like an assassination mode.
You saw in the guild crafting section. Did you guys look at that during any of the time that you were in beta?
Crafting? What's that?
Yeah, there's the guild crafting section that your guild earns reputation points. I forget what the actual currency is, and then they can go and buy plans to make trebuchets and catapults and all that kind of stuff. So I'm wondering if that would be the type of place you would pop down your gear that you're building.
Saber. Oh, there we go.
I have no way to transition out of that. That's the problem.
Right. Yeah, I think that if they do return GVG, it's going to be a lot more popular than just random 5v5 area control.
The one with that boat map, you guys are going to kill me for saying this and be all like, you're a mainstream dumbass. Kind of looked like when Jack Sparrow took the boat from the British. So it's going to be like Jack Sparrow versus the British.
I don't.
That's what it reminded me of.
Party.
But one thing you do notice in the ship map is that at the top there is a capture point, but there is no way to get through it on land.
You got swim, dog.
We're gonna get some underwater combat PvP.
That's right. I did see a video of that where there was a spot that you could swim underwater to go into the keep.
Mm-hmm.
That seems pretty interesting.
10 assassins. Swim under the keep. That would be actually really interesting if you like battle long enough, and then there's like the secret little underwater passage that only thieves could access. That would be quite interesting. Where you have engineers that also swim under there to build the stuff, and it has to be like class specific jobs, which would be very interesting.
That's kind of like this.
I would find out where they were, the Guardian, go there with a sword to him, just be like, yo, you coming up out of the water? Bam, big shield pushing back in.
Well, we just lost SameGuy. We just lost SameGuy there.
SameGuy, your mic's a little left off.
Yeah, we just lost SameGuy. But I mean, that sounds like kind of like with this Team Fortress map, like Team Fortress 2, where it has like this underwater passage where you go into the other team's base, where you have the where you had to capture the flag, where you can go under the water that way and going into their base and kind of infiltrate it, so to speak. So that, I mean, that would be pretty cool for like PvP for Guild Wars 2, I think.
Yeah, the thing with the underwater combat though is that it doesn't seem as skilled in terms of dodging and rolling. It just seems like I was playing the warrior mostly, and underwater I had the spear gun, and it was just like
Destroy
shoot,
everything.
shoot faster, shoot 3 times, shoot a harpoon, shoot a net, shoot. It didn't seem very
Fun?
dynamic.
You tried to find a fancy word for it. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, I guess that's.
It was lame, okay?
No, I'm not sure about any of the other professions in underwater combat. Did you guys have any experience with any of the other professions?
No.
No.
Really.
No.
There really weren't that many opportunities to go underwater.
Really?
I went underwater with the Guardian, and I was like, okay, I got a spear. I attack things. Yay.
What did you play, Geekasaurus?
I mostly played Necromancer, and underwater I didn't really see much difference yet.
Really?
I'm sure they're going to come up with something, but for right now it just felt
Did
like
you
a...
feel like your skills were spammy, or...
Oh, absolutely. That's...
spammy?
Yeah.
Remember the first time I went underwater, it was, I'm scared in my hand, I'm just like, scared of this. Man,
it's
Same
so
robot voice.
Okay.
With that.
Breaking up pretty bad.
We're breaking up so bad. Oh man.
Yeah, same guy's voice is a little herpy.
So we get video or audio with him. We can't have both, okay? We're very demanding of this guy.
I think it's because I hit my desk.
You hit your desk?
Alright. So now, in terms of esports, Guild Wars 2 has seemed to step away from gear and basing your, I don't know how to word this, basing how well you do in PvP on gear, or on skill instead of the gear that you're wearing.
Yeah, big thumbs up to that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe and
Yes.
I, same time. Yeah.
Yep.
Thumbs up.
It's how you use your skills, it's how you spec your traits, and how you dodge.
It's
or
skill-based.
smart combined skills. How do you guys think this will impact Guild Wars 2 PvP, or as an esport? Will people find it as a way like, oh, this just works best for this profession always, or will there be just different things that you can try, kind of like in League of Legends, how they have different team compositions, right? You could have like a ganker team, you could have a let's hold this point team, or you could
Flavor
have
of the
like
month.
Well, you could do many stupid things. You could do like you said, League of Legends. Last night we had a Mundo, a Lulu, and a Scion. All right, that should not have worked considering how their team comp was, and they should have destroyed us. Nope. So therefore, I'm gonna say with Guild Wars 2, you don't necessarily have to always follow this build, this setup, do this, do that. It's a chance to experiment, to see what you find fun, and if you lose, you lose.
For fun.
There should be no big or like, ah, I'm gonna rage and everything, right? I mean, it's Guild Wars 2. You can't not be happy.
I feel happy.
What I've noticed in PvP is that it's turned into almost like a stray fest. If you have like something like this is a Razor Nostromo, right?
right.
Which basically enables me to fire off 14 different buttons simultaneously and circle strafe at the same time. That little piece of equipment there is my uber piece of gear, right?
Right.
So I think it does turn into that. I think it turns into, if you can move and shoot and keep track of where your opponents are, you're going to be outperforming the normal people. And where before, if you had some awesome set of PvP gear, like in World of Warcraft or something, you had this great set of gear, you could ruffle stomp most competitors. You didn't even have to have good skill. Now it's more relying on skill and less about the gear.
Which is what every game needs. To be quite frank with that, it's what every game needs.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Definitely.
Even looking at
Warcraft,
mobile games.
Like World
Oh,
of
go ahead.
Warcraft and Warhammer and plenty of other games, it doesn't matter if you're good or bad. If you had the gear, you'll destroy everything.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
Right. Even if you
That's
had
bad.
good gear and someone had better gear, you'll get destroyed.
Exactly.
Now, even mobile games like Dota or League of Legends, it's not always as much about actual skill, like how you do in a team fight. Sometimes it's just like how well you farm, or how well you right-click on something.
Or how lucky you are.
Right, how lucky you are. Like,
I mean, you get a
oh,
lane in Dota, and you're sitting there, and you have it all set up, and you think you're going to be fine, and whatever comes at you up the lane, you don't have any clue. And then you could be there with 2 gankers, and you're fighting as 2 carries. You're going to get ripped apart.
Right.
So you just have
Now,
to plan
isn't-
for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Adapt. It's called adapting to whatever your current setting is, whatever position you are, whatever game you're playing. Is just adapting to your surroundings and dealing with the hand that you're dealt with. I mean, you dealt yourself with a hand for that situation. You just got to deal with it and play with what you got.
But I think that's part of the good thing of Guild Wars 2 is they're going to come in with, you don't really have to adapt as much because it's all the skills are going to be the same across the board. You're going to have all the same gear, all the same level, so you're just going to have to be able to know how to, like, I should be going after a Necro with this particular rotation or this particular spell set.
So,
But what's
this is
also
something
good is you
that-
could necessarily have 2 setups. You could have your main weapon, and then you got your other setup. So
Yeah.
like if I was the Guardian, I could go two-handed sword with a mace and a shield, so that I both have offense and defense, so that I have the get in and get out. So you also have to observe what the other person is doing, so that you can fit that situation.
This is something that Arena brought up, is that they're going to make it so that you can easily switch between 2 trait specs. So kind of like saving builds in Guild Wars 1, I guess. You're going to be able to like save a 10, 20, 30, 10 or
Oh, I
something
hope
like that.
so. That was
And then
nice.
have yeah. So just being able to switch in between them. I don't know if you can do it like while in a match. Do you just have to be like out of combat for a certain amount of time to switch? Or just once you're in a match you can't switch?
The primaries or the secondaries?
Traits.
Oh, the traits. Not sure on that actually.
I think you could switch it kind of like your utility skills just whenever you want to, as long as you're out of combat.
If they
again,
brought that into PvP, that would be a big no-no.
yeah,
I think so too.
that was my
I-
thought.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to change your settings like that to that extent, you probably should get out of the battle and do like completely off the map. change it and then come back in if you're in the open PvP setting. Like the World v World setting, I should say. If you're in the GVG match, absolutely not. You should not be able to change your traits and secondaries. No way.
Well, in PvP, like, think about it. It would be a retarded idea to even think about it because, okay, 1 second I'll be doing the highest damage ever, and then I'll turn tanky and you can't kill me. And it's like, what?
Exactly.
Why? Why me?
You shouldn't be able to walk away from the battle, change your whole settings to counter the team, and then come back in. You should not be able to do that.
So do you also think that utility skills should be locked once you've entered a match?
Yeah, the only thing that should be able to change is your primary, secondary weapon settings. Your first 5. Second 5 should not change.
Am I still a robot?
Yeah.
Yes, you're still a robot.
It comes and goes, actually.
A little bit.
Sound like a Cylon.
Well, just type your thinger and somebody can read it.
Now, Saber, you brought this up and I thought it was interesting. How do you think flavor of the month will work? Like, will it be profession-based, weapon-based?
I mean, it depends. I mean, it depends on, basically, mostly depends on ArenaNet. Like, what skills are they balancing, the balance of the overall game, what they've nerfed, what they've buffed, like that. It's all about that sort of setting in that aspect. Like, in case if the warrior gets buffed and the guardian gets nerfed, people are going to try to play more warrior than guardian because that's a stronger base to play. And the problem is that ArenaNet wants to get rid of that from Guild Wars going to Guild Wars 2. They want to give us some of the flavor of the month to be able to play, like, you don't have to need a monk anymore to heal you. Like, everybody can heal themselves. But I still think there's still going to be an element of flavor of the months where you're going to have a 2 warrior, 1 guardian, and something else, setup. Because that's like the best thing to play at the time, and it's been like that in every single game that's out there. People want to play what's most optimum for them to win.
They just have to balance it so well.
Exactly. It's all about how well ArenaNet can balance it, what people feel is the strongest for that current setup, what's the optimum setup for me to win, what I play with, what I win most games with, and also what the professionals play, what the pro players are doing. Also depends on what they're doing too. On what's working for them. Is like if they're always going with that 2 warrior, 1 guardian kind of setup, everybody else is going to do that too. Because hey, that's successful. That's the good flavor to do. So,
right.
Because that's the same thing with Roar. When Roar was doing that thing with Roar Spike, that was the thing to do. So.
Now, what do you guys think will separate a Guild Wars 2 Pro from just a regular Guild Wars 2 PvP?
Dodging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dodging.
Just dodging.
Yeah.
See, I don't think so. I feel like it's gonna be how well you're able to combo the skills. I feel like you get so much more damage working as a team, working the combo fields.
There's going to be 3 different things. There's going to be dodging, map awareness, and general area awareness. Those are the things that are going to separate the pros from the scrubs. You know who they are because, out of the blue they could be capturing a point. But because they're capturing at a certain point and they know the map very well, they'll suddenly be at a contested point, and they'll know who to target and when to dodge and what to dodge out of. You just know because they do everything right.
Right. Well, also, like elite skills, I feel like skill timing is going to be crucial. I know that
depends on what class you play. I'm going to say it depends what class you play. Because if you're an engineer, you could spam skills all day. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Versus, say, like, what was it? A thief.
A mentalist?
No, a thief. If you, what the hell is the name of that skill? It's one where you jump forward and you, like, smash him in the head. If you time that wrong, you're going to waste your initiative, and you're not going to get damage, and then you'll just jump again. Again, you'll waste initiative and not get damage, which is retarded. And I've done it so many times, and I think this is one of the times in the video when I did it. Why must you embarrass me?
Hey, we got your footage.
Yeah, that's true. I've done it so many times. Like, I tried to catch somebody, and I'm like, jump at him! Jump at him! And I realized I have scorpion wire, and it's like, oh.
Just point across the map.
Yeah, right?
Right. Now, in terms of the number of people on a map, I've seen some Battle of Kylo maps. I think it's like to 16 people, I think. 8 people per team. Do you think that the PvP will be 5v5? or 8v8 or any numbers in between that?
5.
5, you think that's ideal?
5 or 6.
5 is a nice number.
Battle of Kylo works well with 5.
Okay.
6 would just kill.
At the same time, I guess having 8 allows you to have one of each profession, a lot more variation.
Yeah.
Or you could have 8 of one profession if you really want to.
Let's not go back to the original Guild Wars. That's just way too many people in the party.
You want to do an 8 thief rush?
No, it's just like how many. Half the problem in Guild Wars was the reason why they had the henchmen is that not everybody could find anybody to play with the 8 unless you talk about all randos, like gonna get randomly thrown with other people. Then you have 8.
Right.
But I mean, I like the 5-man teams. It works for all the other games. It works for Counter-Strike. Works for League of Legends. Working for Dota.
Yeah.
What about the central eternal battleground area? Is that going to be anything more? Is it anything larger than just a 5v5 or an 8v8?
Well, there's a 10.
I thought it would be sort of.
There's a 10-10. There's a 10s and 5s.
World versus world. Thousands versus thousands.
That's what I'm hoping. Yeah.
Well, there's 5v5 maps, there's 10v10 maps, and also for GVD purposes, which is 5v5, they can play on 10v10 maps. So
well, that would be interesting because then you have to say, hey, you're a thief, you're really fast, go here, capture this really quick, and come from behind and gank him. Tactics. Right. All about tactics.
Oh, it's all about tactics. It's all about tactics, team calling, team leader, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
General, commander, admiral.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, in terms of professions, seeing as every profession can basically fill every role, I know people don't like to look at it as Trinity, but you can kind of support, you can kind of do damage, and you can kind of be a massive tank. Do you guys think everyone will run around as just a huge hybrid, or will we see like specialization?
Specialization.
Yeah, I think they'll specialize.
Totally specialize. Everybody's going to have a job role to do.
So they'll do what ArenaNet hoped to get rid of, like having Ellies and Guardians as supports, Thieves and Warriors.
You can do
as
anything
damage.
on anything, so technically doesn't matter what class you'll play, as long as you enjoy it, then you'll be set.
Right?
Well, enjoyment doesn't always equal winning.
Those two.
I'm sorry, but I do not enjoy to lose. Okay? I'm just saying that right now. I do not enjoy to lose.
Do you have fun doing stupid things in League of Legends, like going on hit Tristana?
Woo!
Exactly. Then you've won. It doesn't matter. You had fun. There's a smile on your face at the end. And you win.
It's like we were playing a game today. It was me. It was Leon in League of Legends. It was Leona and Garen. It's like, you know, the combination generally doesn't work. There was a jungler. We were double lane and top, and then everybody's just like, oh wow, you're suddenly 14-2. It's like, oh yeah, because my stun, and then Garen spin to win. You know, because it's just really fun when you actually get the job done.
Oh, your voice is back.
Yeah.
Your voice came back.
But you guys weren't listening to me that whole time? Thanks, jerks.
Well, no. I'm saying it's not as weird and choppy as it used to be. Now the final bit about PvP is how do you guys foresee? Because didn't they say that in World versus World, best servers will go against the best ones?
Yes.
And sooner or later, you'll have like the top 3 servers ever.
They're doing like they're doing a ladder thing like they would do on StarCraft. What they're doing is you start out and you fight 3-on-3, and whoever wins that matchup after 2 weeks that they got 3 million points, they move up, and then they fight the next best group on the ladder, and they just keep working their way up until it's the best of the best. Will be the top 3 servers will duke it out. So I see some issues with that, because what's going to happen if you're like on the bottom scrub server and you don't want to be there anymore, and you find out who the top winning server is going to be? You're going to want to migrate all of your characters over to that new server.
Gems.
Well, I don't think you can just move all your people there.
No, I think what I mean though is
capacity.
You might just say exactly. Maybe they'll have a capacity to have some sort of server lockout, because even if might want to re-roll a new character, because you can jump in PvP at level 1, right? So you could start over a new character and start over on the new server.
So will like super experienced and super dedicated World versus World guilds try to overpopulate their servers so that they only control it?
It's a good point.
And in that way, like...
Eternal Grove will hit the top because we're going to be there.
The Entertainment Grove.
You're right. That's the entertainment.
That is the Entertainment Grove.
And since people like free stuff, especially the hardcore PvPers, we're going to attract a lot of hardcore PvP teams. So that way that they could do everything. You could win free stuff. You could farm stuff. You could PvP. You could do this while listening to awesome music while having the chance to win. You could be like, oh, hey, cool, yay, woo! Entertainment Grove, it's where it's at.
I promised myself when I saw Guild Wars 2 and you guys just like totally dug a hole for me because I said to myself I would not get involved in it like I did with World of Warcraft PvP. I wouldn't be competitive. And I understand that there's this whole bracket system and I'm just like, oh, I like ladders.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting sucked into that bad because I play StarCraft 2 on the ladder and I'm really into this. I'm like, oh man, if I can somehow get our server just to fight a little bit harder and we can win this matchup.
Yeah, that's the thing. In
relying on other people.
It's not just you or 6 other people. It's like hundreds of people. It's going to take a lot of either dedication or, I don't know, syncing of... I have no idea how to say this. Like
10 assassins. That's all I'm gonna say. 10 assassins just roam around and gank everybody. You got dual pistols and daggers. You just lock everybody in chains and then jump in and be like, Death Blossom, Death Blossom, Death Blossom.
It's like a Kurosawa film.
10 assassins and you run into one of those like giant groups of 60 people. What will you do then?
Run.
It's called Turn Invisible. And run.
But see, that's why like invisibility doesn't last longer than, was it, 3 seconds?
Yeah, that is cool. It's not perma in this game.
Oh, it's
Right.
like Shaco. It's just gonna be annoying.
Even if they're and they kind of get out of your sight, you can still just tab and find them somehow. I think they should get rid of that tab targeting.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed. Tab and you could see invisible people. I was like,
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
yeah.
know that. I'll have to do
Oh,
that.
wait, I hope
Whoa,
you're
that's a
reporting
bug.
that, because it seems a bit buggy to me and not on purpose.
That's a bug. That's gotta be a bug.
During the stress test.
It might have been just a stress test thing. You don't know.
You don't have to physically see someone. Like they can be kind of behind a wall, and you can still tab and be like, "Oh, there's someone close by me."
I think they're going to I think they'll sort it out by the end of the thing, because I think people might have reported that as a bug, because that sounds buggy to me. Why would you be able to tab to see somebody
like in Guild Wars
Tab to
1,
see
right?
somebody behind a wall is not, it's, I don't know, it's just kind of like a general area.
Yeah, but if they're trying to hide and try to gank you, I mean, they don't want to be discovered by hitting a tab button.
Yeah.
You should be able to
just go
visually
around the
see
corner
them.
and you tab, like, oh, see ya, bye.
Yeah.
Hey man, vision wards.
Imagine, yeah. Oh look, there's a vision one right there.
So Delirious Panda says that people will be staying up all night until everyone goes to sleep, and then just take over bases.
That could be.
That's what that's
What?
exactly
Well, I
Everybody
mean,
like me that got really high up when they were playing World of Warcraft when it first came out, and you know, you had to like sit there for like 48 hours just to farm the hell around, just to get up there and up the ladder system.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be like, you guys sleep on a podcast? Oh, I can't.
You're a robot again, same guy. Sorry.
Oh.
that.
But I don't think people are gonna go. I don't think you have to wait till people fall asleep, because people are up 24/7. Like hell, me, I go down at like 11 o'clock at night. I play till 4 o'clock in the morning. And I live in the United States, where like, it's Eastern time. So I mean, not everybody's gonna be going to bed.
You'll have prime pick.
Yeah. Try that.
What?
5 or 6 in the morning, when even if you don't usually go to bed early, you're probably asleep by then. Either it's just gonna be like a bunch of European people join American servers, and when all the Americans are sleeping, they're gonna be like, "Rawr, we have taken over the internet servers."
I think it's all about shift change. I'm like, shift change. Okay, your turn.
It's like you
Your
log
turn.
on, and you log out of the fortress, and then you log back in, and it's taken over. You're like, uh-oh.
This has nothing to do with Guild Wars 2, but SameGuy and Punchki look alike, and Saber's the only one not wearing glasses.
Interesting.
Okay, you know, I do wear glasses. I only wear them if I have to drive, Well, yeah, just driving. Just trying to drive like during the day or during
He's
night.
like telling
I have
us,
sunglasses.
he's like-
I have wear glasses. So I do wear glasses,
I have
just
nice
only when I drive. Okay. If you really want me to get my glasses out, I will go to my car and go get my glasses after this.
Punchki is now extra.
Safety first.
Hell yeah!
Glasses.
Punchki, throw down the turret,
What?
please.
What?
Throw down a turret. Oh man.
You know, I'm just kind of thinking why you got those so nearby your computer.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't know. There's just a bunch of stuff like up here that has been there forever and ever.
It's been there.
See, I have some stuff too here.
That is a doggy with glasses, a badass.
Deal with it.
Actually, by the way, guys, this is a $370 stuffed animal. By the way.
Holy crap!
What?
Does it
Yeah.
do special tricks?
Yeah, I know, right? Actually, I have a
Yeah, what's
bear.
it-
I got another
say?
bear over there that's worth about $500 over there too.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Alright, question from Shukalicious. Is Guild Wars 2 beta going on now? No.
No.
We thought that
Sad
the
panda.
beta weekend would be this weekend, but unfortunately it's not. But there is high hopes that it will be this next weekend. Just because they said they're going to try to aim for once a month, and the last week beta weekend event was exactly a month ago. And so I guess we can hope that it's going to be a month and a week instead of a month. And if it's any than that, well then ArenaNet can expect some battering rams at their doors.
And still no release date.
At their back doors. Front door's too nice. You gotta go with their back doors.
Just go through the window. Damn.
If that really is Morgan Freeman on chat, I want to get him to do some voiceover stuff for me. So
Oh.
if you're getting, you know, if you need to do
I
some
don't
more,
know if it is Morgan Freeman, but that would be pretty awesome.
it would be.
Highly doubted. It's an anonymous name, no picture.
Yeah, it's all right.
Right.
It was funny.
Well, still, you can get a picture off of Google, even if there was a picture.
I don't care. Just throwing it out the window. Just.
Yeah, we want proof. Post, like, a picture on Twitter of, like...
I'm Morgan Freeman. I love Guild Wars 2.
I wish I could do impressions, but I can attempt that one.
Ah, so awesome.
You totally got way off topic.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do we?
Morgan Freeman in Guild Wars 2.
Are we wrapping that PvP? Are we wrapping PvP up there, Punch? Or
Do what?
are we wrapping PvP up, or?
Yeah, let's take a tiny break before we
Alright.
go on to the next part.
Alright, you're listening to the Guild Wars 2 Live podcast. We'll be right back after this. There are some more topics coming up. Game hardware. Coming up after this.
Yeah, hardware.
I'll show you some hardware.
I see what you did there.
God damn.